clock position, we have our red Terran player from Root. It's MaSa. And his opponent down in the bottom right corner of the map just a couple of weeks ago, he all killed my insanity, including players such as Rain. It's fraer, the green Protoss player. In the center of the map, we have an 11 racks coming down from MaSa. This looks as though it's just going to be a Reaper. It looks as though he's probably looking to add on his gas here now. And he's just going to be going for a bit of an aggressive Reaper here and seeing if he can get any damage done early on. So an exciting start to this series. How's everyone in the chat doing? Hello Claw Banjo, who is cheering for Root, as is Juntas G, Root for Root. And let's see what these guys are going to get up to in this game. Do let us know who you're cheering for, guys, and do let us know who you want to see win, who you're supporting tonight. Always good to know who the chat is cheering on. And yeah, I suppose that's about it to say for now. So MaSa finishes up his barracks in the middle of the map, and he will be coming down to the south side to try and find his opponent, which he will do. Already a bit of a wall-off being set up here by fraer. Interested to see how useful that wall-off is. Because there's still like a gap or so here, and I mean generally the most useful wall-off is to have one around here, because you know, coming around the back of the minerals and getting stuck here is probably one of the most annoying places you can go, and then you're forced to go through the minerals, and probes can be pulled if you really want to try and stop the Reaper or so. So we'll see what happens though. Is SCV going to be just checking around for now, and this first probe coming down to the natural, probably hoping to get down a probably hoping to put down a Nexus, and there is that Nexus right now, but Reaper is on the way in, and that's already one weakened probe, which is going to be able to be picked off here by this Reaper. And a probe pulled against this Reaper as well. That's not going to fare all too well, but oh, nearly catching it there. A very risky moment for MaSa, as he does keep the Reaper alive, however, and he will get one more kill perhaps. It's close, but he gets into the fraer gets that probe into the gas geyser, into the assimilator just in time. There's a second Reaper coming across now, a third Reaper on the way as well, and back at home he has got a second Rax, which he was building a reactor on but has now cancelled that, and is changing things up a little bit as he comes in here with these two Reapers, MaSa that is, and is looking to get a little bit more damage done. That's one more kill so far, and he can just hop out of here down that ledge if he would like to. A Stalker on the way to help out this Mothership Core, chasing these down, and looks as though for now MaSa going to be able to pull these Reapers back and just wait for the third Reaper to join in before we see what will be happening next. Command Center on the way on the natural then, and so the expansion for the Terran going to be a little bit later than usual, of course, because he did open with 2 barracks, a factory being added on now as well, as we see a Stargate coming in for fraer, and both players really starting to make their tech choices clear in the early stages of this game, as that's potentially going to be another probe, but no, not quite, as he pulls those Reapers away and does not lose any of them still, so going to keep them alive, keep being annoying with them, keep poking in, trying to get a little bit more damage done throughout the rest of this game, and most importantly, try and scout, although that's not happening just yet. Or did he actually see it already? Wow, okay, so you already saw that Stargate, so he knows the Stargate's on the way, he knows what's up, and so he's had a pretty good read so far about what his opponent is up to. The second Rack's coming back home right now, as we see a starboard on the way and the first mine being produced here. MaSa in a slight supply block at this point in time, and it's actually a pretty not a pretty big supply block, just about 10 seconds or so, but still annoying as first Reaper goes down, forces a photon overcharge though out of fraer, and is that a bit of an overreaction? I really do feel as though it might be, because do you really need a photon overcharge against a couple of Reapers? It's questionable. So yeah, that's going to be less defense he has available to him when this incoming drop hits, which is going to be kind of a mine drop in the next couple of minutes or so as that starport finishes up, and we're going to see the first medevac on the way here very shortly. Of course, defensively, initially, is what MaSa is going to try and go for, as he's going to set up that mine behind the command center, and this Oracle flying across the map from fraer, going to look to try and get some worker damage done, but let's see how much he does manage to do. And second Oracle on the way as well, so really committing to this Stargate aggression, and oh, this is going to go so badly. Goodbye, Oracle! And that was very short-lived with just a single kill on that. First Oracle goes down without a fight, and immediately MaSa gets himself into a pretty good position here. Robo facility on the way down for fraer as well, and starting to tech switch out of this Stargate tech. I mean, Stargate not really something you can stay on as your main tech choice in PvT at all, really. You know, even very early on, you generally want to get other units up quite quickly, and we're actually starting to see a bit of a move out across the map. Medevac already heading towards the main base with that couple of mines inside of it. Second phone overcharge is about 10 seconds away right now, but the most important thing here is that he's probably going to try and just drag these units out of position from the natural, and so that he can come up into the natural with the rest of these Marines, a couple of Reapers as well. And let's see what's going to happen. These probes are being pulled, and what they're going to go off on. Oh, he actually does grab it onto the end of that set of probes. As now this medevac going to come in, put that mine down right next to this robo facility actually, and immediately we're going to see an oracle go down, sorry, a sentry go down, and that was a very fast mine shot going onto the stalker as well there, as these Marines coming up to the high ground, just going to snipe away that mothership core. And immediately here, things not looking so great for fraer, as there's still Marines remaining in his main base. 7 workers killed so far. Good control by MaSa to pull back away from this zealot, and with the oracle coming in though, it's going to be a little bit too much, and these Marines not going to be able to do too much else. Another mine picked up, and that's going to head now towards the main base again here in a few moments time, I imagine. As that oracle, currently the only form of detection, first observer on the way out. And this medevac coming in here, looking to see what it can get done. Here we go. Boots in, starts to burrow, and fraer is paying attention. And what's it going to go off on? Just a single probe. Okay, so another probe kill here as MaSa looks to hit the front once again with just a handful of units, not too many. But should be able to get some probes because everything's out of position once again. No mothership core for photon overcharge, and that's already 5 more workers killed. 6, now 7. And that oracle as well, not going to be too useful with these this medevac here. That healing will be able to help the Marines out and help to take that oracle down if necessary. As MaSa continue to rally across the map, while all at the same time back at home, 3rd command center on the way for him. He's on 2 racks, he's continuing medevac and mine production. And another mine right now is about to head in towards the main base. So again, these mine drops so far, I mean, a handful of workers killed by the mine drops, but generally just pulling his opponent out of position is the most important thing he's been doing. Is again into this mineral line, and 2 stalkers nearby, and another 2 workers going down there. As again we're in into the natural, and the oracle goes down this time. A stalker as well going down, and just going to try and target down a couple more probes. You know, the more worker damage he can get done, the further ahead he gets on economy, and that's what he's really going for here. 6 workers killed in this next flurry of attacks, and 46 SCVs to 42 probes right now. Generally, you want to be, as the pros player, a little bit ahead in workers, because the Terran has mules, you've got Chrono Boost. The way your mechanic works is you should be ahead in kind of, you know, straight up worker count, and that's just not the case right now. And you can kind of see how desperate fraer is. He's been so set back by this now. He's making a Void Ray and an Immortal, and instead of taking into, you know, forges and upgrades, or more commonly, you know, just the Robo-Bane Colossi, you know, he's building these kind of higher tech but not as useful units just to try and hold on. And I mean, you know, the Immortal's not so bad, but the Void Ray, when do you ever see a Void Ray being built into PvT? Unless you're all in and off of one base. Well, basically never, and this is kind of, I mean, it really is just a desperation move. As Stim is finished, this drop comes into the main, and he's going to see this Void Ray, and he's going to try and pick off a stalker or 2. The medevac's just going to evacuate and leave these units to die. He's going to continue picking off probes, and another couple of probes go down. Nothing towards the natural this time around, and it looks as though finally fraer is able to defend attack a little more handily than prior to this. 3rd command center down though, and again that's going to just continue boosting the economy of MaSa here. And again, there's nothing really that fraer can do about it, because he doesn't have Colossi up, you know, he doesn't have any upgrades. He really is just in a position where he doesn't have an army which is any good at fighting. So it's not like he can do anything about that 3rd CC, he can't punish it, he can't move across the map, he just has to kind of sit back and probably try and take his own 3rd base in the relatively near future. For now, MaSa just walking around in the middle of the map. With these few units, of course, he has had a pretty good scout being in the main and natural so often. He has a pretty good idea about, you know, what sort of units are coming out from his opponent. And for now, he knows, you know, sees an investment into a Void Ray and an Immortal. Probably says, probably not Colossi for a little while longer. And so he still hasn't started Viking production. And that allows him to build so many medevacs right now. He's going to be in a great position. You know, if you're 14 minutes in the game and your opponent isn't on Colossi, you're going to be able to have got to make so many medevacs. It's great for dropping. It's great for just fighting straight up. Like, if you have so many units healing your, like, yeah, I mean, you guys understand it without me telling you. And the mine, not even, I mean, yeah, I mean, that shouldn't even happen. You know, he was killing the mine, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's attacking the, it hits a zealot and kills the sentry in the process. A couple of units being warped in as Void Ray is patrolling to try and deal with these drops, and fraer falls back a little bit. So from being fairly brave, he falls back. Nice move by MaSa. He knows there's an observer there because that mine was under fire. And now he sees the Colossus here as well. So first Colossus sighted, as he's also going to be able to pick off this probe and deny the third base for a little while longer. Up to a 30 supply lead at this point, as this double drop going to reposition and just come back towards the rest of the army after being sighted earlier. And not really able to do anything with this Void Ray and a couple of Stalkers in the main base. But MaSa going to take a fight right now. He's going to come in from a couple of angles, but not quite able to connect with that Colossus as I think he was trying to do. He is on 1-1 upgrades against just 0-0, and as the Zealots do melt, he will begin to gain access to these higher tech units in the back, and there the Colossus falls, and with the Colossus falling, this is going to be very, very tough for him. The Void Ray in the sky falls as well, and MaSa just going to step backwards here. The mine helping soften up some of them Zealots, and he's able to just continue moving forwards. And that Colossus would have been dead, and falling the Colossus, probably the rest of his base.